It's okay to say this much, and I've had tears and my heart broken. So if I say it like this on Twitter, just remember that, But I'm waiting to meet the counter-terrorist agents because there's like a whole history that I have with the Williams, and I've been saying that since the day they met me, about Eric Williams' brother-in-law, the son-in-law. No. How do you say this? My memory. I can't remember words. Anyways, look, this isn't the time. The guy worked for Ukraine, all that shit, right? And I believe because I was a witness to so much of them, they were wrapped up with Putin in Washington State for a long time. That guy and Eric, and I'm not going to say who else, but we know who else. Me and the agents, yes, we do, had a contract on me because of stuff like that. It was had to do with what's happening now. I know. I was born into a KKK family, and then by no chance, that was fate by God, I met Eric, who helped me. I got my GED. That's how I saw him. But there was a lot to Eric that I didn't know, and his family. And just being a witness to it for too long, I ended up, which I will tell the public this, I'll write about it so it's more clear. This is not for Twitter, but I'll just put it up because God spoke to me and said, just say a little bit about it. Because I was a witness to a lot of those people who go straight to Russia, and it's been on my account for 5 years. I was in my 20s. I was completely oblivious. But they knocked off Debbie, the mother and wife of that guy. I can't remember names or words. I can, but not my mouth and motor skills. Right now, I'm not going to. Do you think I forget people I knew for 20 years? No, it's just right this second. I'm really injured in here with my recall and my motor skills. I'm in armed conflict in here, a little bit too much. I need some R&R. But so the summer that Debbie was killed, Eric made more statements than he should have to me about it. And I said to him things or two that I will tell the agents. So it was like obvious, even to me, that I was scared. And before I was away from Eric and these other people who were involved with that, I had gone to the police department, this police department in Des Moines. I said, I'm scared of these people. So I sensed it. I was voicing my concerns about these people. And then people started dying. And I lived through it. I kept living through it. I remember Queens. There was times where I lived through straight up hit jobs. And so my world was like really, really scary, I thought that was the world. New York City was 3 times scarier. I had no idea that people closest to me were waiting for me to get knocked off to protect themselves from shit that they were involved in, that I was oblivious to, but I had witnessed too much, and they're very selfish people. They're going all to hell. As far as Eric goes, I will never change the way I feel about him. I hate him, but part of me will always care for him. And that is what I'm talking about with people who as really close friends, or he was never that way with me, but another example is for women who are sexually involved, man, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. This is not me and Eric, but that's called, I forget, domestic violence, or I don't remember words, or here's more, parental, primary caregiver, physical abuse with the parent and child or sibling, these kind of domestic abuse relationships or really close friends can be fatal. It happens, and it's really hard for the victim of the attempt or the abuse, attempt on their life or the abuse, the surviving victim. I can speak from experience because of what Eric did, and I won't say who right now, because it's just really hard. But it's what I always say is I say this as an example because it's the best example because we're all so familiar with it. The women who go back to their boyfriends who beat them 9 out of 10 times get killed by those boyfriends. Those boyfriends or husbands are really, really nice and love them, and they go back and those same men kill them. You have to stay away and end those relationships because you will die. You will be killed by those people. Okay? And when they cross over to harming you that much, to risking your life and all that stuff, and I'm not in shape to talk about this, you have to cut those relationships off. And so with Eric, it's the same way. I didn't know, and he felt really bad, and I mean, it is so clear as day and so obvious. And so before I went to England, that was the last times I had seen him, he felt really bad, and he was really scared that I was going to figure it out because it's only a matter of time. And I was studying all this criminal justice and launching my career. And he was just trying to protect himself and desperate. And his brother and the whole family kicked in and went after me. And it's been a living nightmare. These people, the Williams, I will always have good memories of Eric. It's like I hate him, and part of me still loves him because I knew him so well. I knew him for over 20 years, and I spent almost all the time with him. Not all the time, just talk to me in person. I knew Eric, and to find out that Eric was so involved with Russian something, I don't know. The agents will talk to me about it. This is despicable. They still have me sitting by myself in a terrorist cell. It's atrocious. But Eric was so involved with his family and that escrow account, that they were just knocking everybody off. His sister was killed. That was Eric's sister who was killed. I'll never forget how he was sobbing, but he was also sobbing because he realized the reality of what his whole family was involved with. What Sawin, his name Sawin, Bob Sawin was willing to do. Bob Sawin killed his own wife. Bob Sawin's son was put in the government. I have better words, but I can't speak them right now. I sound like I'm from the corner. I know I do. I gave up. I sound like I'm from the corner. I gave up. It's okay for now. I just as long as I can get most of my point clear. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm up to 10 minutes, but I will always remember Eric as a really good person, but he had this other side to him. And that's why I always speak about that. Like, you cut those relationships off, because those people will fucking kill you. And I can't believe my life sometimes. But I know that there's other people who are victims and survivors of domestic abuse. And people who tried to do really horrible things to them when they were trusting them. So I know I'm not alone in what I've lived, but it's pretty awful. And then because of what I did with the good guys in the GRU and the Navy SEALs, because of what I did, the Secret Service used these people like Eric Williams and so on and so forth against me. And to this day, the Secret Service, who just got fucking killed in this house again, trying to take me out in a terrorist cell, sneaking up, trying to jump on me or something in this house. The Secret Service is now trying to say that I defrauded Eric. No. Eric actually was making attempts on my life, and that whole family is going to prison. That because of the escrow. We'll see who lives in that Walters family. I mean, the Williams family. We'll see who lives. I don't say it like I have a heart. I say it like I'm so cold and mean. I'm not. I'm absolutely exhausted. I was washing dishes and I heard 2 people fucking get fucking laid out. It's not people, they're terrorists. They were trying to end my life. They're trying to blow up fucking metro stations. This is a terrorist cell. Okay, but I'm with her, so if I sound funny, forgive me. Okay, goodbye.